Hi class, it's Allie Karagosian here, and I'm going to be talking about the new Crazy Legs Learning Bug today. So this is the toy that I'm going to be working with, and as you can see there's a lot of different components to this toy which can be therapeutic for different children. So the toy was designed for ages 12 months to 3 years old. Of course, younger children could probably use this toy to push back and forth as they're learning how to crawl, or older children can use the toy as well, but it's likely that they'll lose interest in the toy once they reach the age of 3 or past the age of 3. And the toy is gender neutral. As you can see, the colors on the toy are pretty gender neutral, and the activities that are associated with the toy are gender neutral as well. There could be some cultural associations with the toy. The toy is a ladybug, so there's a ladybug on the top and a ladybug here. And in some cultures, such as the Chinese culture, the ladybug symbolizes good luck. So that could symbolize good luck or good fortune for families playing with the toy. The gross motor skills needed for the toy include trunk stability when the infant or child is sitting up to play with the toy and pushing it back and forth. And then also using one's hands to push it back and forth can be another gross motor skill that is used when playing with this toy. The fine motor skills may include picking up the different shapes that go with the corresponding shape holes right here that you put in. So you would pick up a star, for example. You grasp it, pick it up, hold it, and place it into the corresponding hole where it belongs. So that would be a good fine motor skill. And also having the child use their fingers to push the buttons is another fine motor skill. So it turns on, and as you can tell it makes noise, which is something I'm going to be talking about later. But you could use the fine motor skills to push the buttons. And when you push the buttons, it says different things, like this one says hexagon, and it's also the number 6. So then the cognitive requirements for this toy include the ability for a child to problem solve. For example, the child will pick up the different shapes and problem solve to decide where they belong. So on the toy, when you push the star, it says star. And this is the star right here. Also, the child needs to be able to pay attention to the toy in order to learn from it. So around the toy, on the different buttons, are different numbers, different shapes, and different colors. So if a child is paying attention to the toy and can focus on the toy, he or she will learn the different shapes, colors, and numbers. Also, the different perceptual requirements for the toy include depth perception in order for the child to place the shapes in the proper places where they belong. And also, in order to pick up the shapes from the table, the child must have good depth perception. And then also, the child must be able to exhibit sensory discrimination and perception in order to organize the different pieces that are part of the toy. And the social and emotional and psychological aspects of this toy there's not a lot of them, but I would say the frustration that a child may have from picking up a shape and not being able to get it into its proper place may cause a little bit of stress. And to solve this unnecessary stress, a parent, caregiver, or peer could help the child fit the shapes into the corresponding places by gently guiding them or by pointing to where the shapes belong. Also, the safety precautions for this toy, in general, the toy seems to be pretty safe. The pieces that go into the different holes are pretty big, and there's no small pieces that the child could choke on or anything like that. And then for Piaget's theory, the toy corresponds with the theory of cognitive development, sensory motor stage, because it's characterized with the infant or child's understanding of the world by coordinating their different experiences with the different physical pieces and with the motor actions that are involved in moving the different pieces to where they belong. And then for Parton's theory, the child would be focusing on the solitary play or independent play, because this is for younger children. So they would be working alone to push the different buttons to find out what the different numbers are, or the different shapes. or pushing the different lights. I'm going to turn it on again. It's going to make noise, but pushing the different lights that light up. It's a very independent activity, although it can be tailored to be participated in with a caregiver or with a parent or peer. And if someone had a disability and they had a sensitivity to noise or something like that, such as someone with autism or a sensory processing disorder, I'd put masking tape over the speakers so that the music wouldn't be as loud. And I think that I would recommend this toy for any child within the appropriate age range because it is sensory, it stimulates the senses, and it has a lot of learning opportunity that goes along with it. Thank you.